this isn't a library. We're always very quiet not to say anything because you can actually hear us over the intro if we were to say anything. So it's always like a library. It's like chat for an hour, and then it's like...
I was just checking the 20 years ago page. I'm always worried about that. You always have to make sure you're not in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or worse, how many paper bags do you need to go out and about if you are?
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Can we start off with something personal to me?
Okay.
I've had a success today, and it's taken me years to do this, and it's one of these things where you lose contact with people and you never think you're going to find them, but thanks to technology now it's easy to do. And about 25 years ago I was working as a chef in the Bull Inn at Barton Mills, near Mildenhall, where the SR-71 spy plane used to take off.
Ooh.
They used to call us, and we used to have to put all the bottles back on the bar so that they didn't rattle off, because this thing just went vertical. And on a Sunday night, I met up with my friend who was a barman there, Campbell, and another guy that used to come over, and Nigel worked as a lace maker.
All right.
Okay, so he lived opposite the pub. And I've been trying to find both of them, and through searching, finally found Nigel today. So hello, Nigel. It's great to be back in touch.
Hello, Nigel.
Nigel.
Did you find him on Facebook?
Yeah, Nigel, myself and Campbell were well known in the area for going on a Sunday night to find 2 or 3 pubs in East Anglia that we would go out and drive out to. And as long as we got back to the Bull Inn by last orders. And we started off doing this, and as soon as we started, someone said, you should write a book on this. And we did, and we went all over East Anglia, right down to the border, down to London, right up to the coast. We had Nigel's car, which was a rather speedy Audi at the time, and it was good fun. So it's good.
How many of these pubs do you think are still there?
Most of them, I would think. Yeah. Well, we've probably visited well over 150, 200, and we wrote this handwritten book, and one of us has lost it. I don't know who. But it's just a shame, because that was kind of what we were known for. But it was good fun. So
It'll be there somewhere.
So it's really nice to get back in touch with Nigel again. So he said he'd try and tune in if he'd taken the dogs for a walk in time. So that's a personal hello, and just to make sure he knows who I am, because I had hair back then. Right. Okay. That's the sort of response I expected. 25 years ago. Yeah, I was just about to start losing it, actually. But anyway, that's what chefing does for you. Right, what have we got? The first thing we've got is the Co-op, gosh, that's a very loud bird in my ear. The Co-op have now put all Arran postcodes on their online facility. So again, this is the first place to have this online shopping thing. And it's now all KA27 postcodes are online. So if you're living in Corrycravey or Lochranza, you can now order online. If you just do a search online Co-op, you'll get onto there, and you can actually physically order exactly what you want rather than email or do whatever. So that's...
I did know, I glanced at it, but I think for Whiting Bay it was if you order on a Friday you'll get it at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, you're not going to get it in 2 hours or anything.
No, but it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's nice that...
Even for people that aren't quite as able, that rather than go out and try and work with lots of bags or boxes, you can get the bigger stuff if you're ordering.
Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
It's a good idea.
Yep.
Well done.
Little Arcas. Arcas have got a new Facebook page. What?
It's just the noises. It's a really noisy neighbourhood.
It is. Oh, yeah. That's one of these cars that doesn't actually have an exhaust like that when it comes out of the factory. If you know what I mean.
See, Les would be able to tell you exactly what kind of petrol was in that size of engine.
All right.
Probably the number and the...
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get back to Little Arcas.
Okay,
Little Arcas is... Arcas is now a Facebook page for selling stuff, and I think generally they're quite happy for you to sell stuff and take the money privately if it makes it easier, or I don't know, Lisa will correct me, I'm sure, dropping it down to the shop at some point when they're open, so that you can sell sort of higher value stuff that you might want to give some money to Arcas for. I know Jan Atkins has sold her marbles. That was her joke. So she's done that. So the people are just using it. If you've got something that's worthy of a few pounds, then you can now use Little Arcas. Again, search on Facebook, Little Arcas, and you will have to be approved by another member, like I had to approve. I think it was Lisa Morrison that I approved. So Lisa, you owe me a fiver or a pint.
Do you know if and if there's anyone there watching, if you can tell me this, if you have something, because I've obviously got some things everybody's been clearing out, and I've got some nice items that were going into Arcas, do I advertise them and then put the money into Arcas, or does it go through Little Arcas? Like, do I post on there the pictures of it?
Yeah, I think
I got
I think
confusing.
no, I think you put the pictures on, and then if someone wants to arrange to pay you in cash, you just guarantee that you'll drop that money into Arcas.
But
Is
can they pay it by card to Arcas? No.
That I don't know.
No, PayPal?
I don't know.
No. Okay, sorry.
Hello to Barbara McIntosh from Arbroath. Hope you're having a nice sunny weather. We had, you wouldn't believe the difference between today and yesterday. It always seems to be a Saturday we're getting lousy weather.
I had socks on yesterday. My feet were cold. I had to go and put socks on.
Sorry, I'm sure you didn't want to know the details of that.
No, but it was colder. That was a lot colder.
It's very warm today. You can tell it's very warm today because Dusty's gone inside. So what we've got.
But we're not cooking this time.
No, we're not cooking.
We have no frozen
You can't.
chips.
Well, you can see the top of one parasol. We've got two parasols. One's a 4-meter one, and we're just cooling everything down before we came on. So hopefully. So what does that say?
Like I'm not sure.
I can't decipher that one, Stuart. It's just short, like a melody in my head. Anyway, okay, you can elaborate maybe. I thought that was something Scottish. I was gonna.
No,
Okay.
no. I thought it was just a typo.
Oh, he's typed it twice now, just to make sure. Oh no, Carter's typed it in. So that's Stuart and Carter obviously messing about somewhere in Brodick. Apologies for those interruptions. Now, what are we doing with shops? Next week, there's a big sort of murmuring going on that the shops are opening on Friday on Arran. We're not convinced yet until
Well, I think
it's all going to be confirmed on
Nicola
Thursday.
was going to talk about it on Thursday, whether we can go into phase 2 or even some of phase 2, which is opening non-essential shops, which would be either Friday the weekend if they were going to open. It's looking promising. I mean, the numbers are going down. We're certainly in recovery mode, so I think most people are hoping. But there hasn't been a definite date set yet for that.
Yeah.
Well, unless I'm wrong with it, I can't find it. There's been no definite date set yet. I think it's going to be announced on Thursday.
I can't imagine we won't open on Friday next week simply because we're totally reliant on tourism. I mean, normally it's our sort of products are all tourist based. There will be a lot of people wanting to open on Friday if that's allowed. I know we've been doing a lot of the graphics, the floor graphics and stuff. We put our thing on Facebook the other day offering people the floor graphics and the posters that I think you need by law to have those in place. I may be wrong, but that's what I've been told. But we'll see what happens with shops.
I mean, certainly I was going to put a thing up to say that the studio will be open by appointment. It kind of is to a point because nobody needs to physically come in the door.
Mm-hmm.
I can have them in the patio, so it would work. But I can put a detail up.
There's going to be a lot of that sort of weirdness going on.
For me, that
while.
works. It is. I don't have that many people coming up, so it's fine.
But big news of the week is that the hotels, most of them are definitely looking like opening on the 15th of July. Linda has been very vocal about that at the Ochrani, so that's one major hotel opening up on the 15th. And I've heard of a few actually possibly opening a couple of days before. Whether I should be broadcasting that or not, I don't know, but certainly one of them I've spoken to about getting some stuff done. They were talking about opening a little bit earlier, but that could be a restaurant thing, I don't know. But that's the situation.
I heard Linda was on, she did a really good interview on the radio, and they're fortunate because they have the space so they can put in the social distancing with tables and different things. I think it's going to be harder for smaller venues.
Yeah.
Of course, the main thing is that if the hotels are going to open, it leads on. We're going to have to get people on the ferry to come over.
Right. Are we going to mention the ferry thing now? I think we've both been dreading this, but it's been quite a big issue this week,
yeah,
and there's a lot of genuine sort of concern, and we don't quite know who to believe and what's going on. The thing at the moment with the ferry is that obviously CalMac are taking this down to you've got to be 2 meters apart, there's got to be a social distancing, and on one website I saw that the maximum number they could put on the boat if you were not with anybody else was about 70 people.
It's not enough.
But they are talking about a maximum of 170 to 200 people, assuming there's so many groups of families that can actually sit together.
But how are they going to police that? I mean, they
Well,
can't really police.
No, this is the problem, and the other problem is there's also a thing about not bringing people over for day trips, which is another bizarre thing that some of the groups that you've written down, we don't quite know who's in charge of all these. Arran Economic Group, the Arran Economic Forums, the Visit Arran, we know, but Arran Recovery, there's all these groups and committees involved, and we don't actually know whether that's got any weight behind it or whether it's all about CalMac. But certainly,
I'm not sure who
I would
they
say
are.
day trips are fairly critical. I know that people in hotels are saying, well, that's not going to help us, but I mean, most of the hotels have got restaurants and bars, and some have got leisure facilities. And I know that it might not help people outlying areas of Arran where people might not get around, but then again, you know, we've got buses, we've got bikes, we've got people that bring cars over for the day now that we've got RET. So I would say that I personally think that day trippers are critical, especially you know, if they're coming from Scotland, Glasgow in particular, they're hardly likely to want to spend a week over here. They're going to want to come over for a day just to get out of their houses. And
I just don't think you can say no day trippers.
no,
We only want people that are going to come and stay. I mean, it sounds very unwelcoming, and I know there's a lot of difficulties with this. It's a very difficult one. I don't know how it could be policed.
No.
I really don't know how you
No.
could do it. What I did look, I mean, it doesn't mind me saying, but Ronnie Mann was putting up different articles on Facebook that were quite interesting about different ferries, like the Stella Line and even the
British
BC,
Columbia ones.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
BC one in Canada.
Which I've been on, and I can verify that those boats are hugely busy, the ones in British Columbia. And the crossing from Horseshoe Bay to Nanaimo takes about an hour and a half, and you know, they're now saying that you can sit in a car.
Well, what they've done is they've waived some of the health and safety, which a lot of places have done regarding toilets, different things.
Yep.
So they think it's safer under the circumstances to have people stay in the cars, and they've put staff on to supervise and make sure that as much, you know, they can be as safe as they can be being in the car on the car deck. I don't know how long that'll be for. Hopefully it won't be that long. But I think it's probably, I mean, you're on the car deck in Lachranza, we've got open spaces on the boat here. I think that's probably a really good way to go. And it frees up maybe another area for day trippers or people that don't
There's a
have
definite
transport.
old-fashionedness to not wanting to bend the red tape in any way, shape or form over here, I think, and that's what really gets to a lot of us.
But these are
Is
exceptional
that,
circumstances.
I know, but that doesn't seem to matter. It's the yes or no. No, we can't do that because it's written in blood in some old manuscript somewhere in.
But they've already
Scottish
done it.
government.
I mean, health and you need to provide toilet facilities if you're in a bar area or
Yeah.
you're sitting outside. They've waived that, so there
Yeah.
are things they're waiving to make it feasible.
Yeah, I would like to see a bit more waving of things over here. Linda McCallum here at Bay, Wool and Crafts. We're going to discuss opening from the 25th of June. We need to clean first and invite folks to restock. I walked into my shop the other day. It's like walking into the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. There's just cobwebs everywhere. So we'll be having a special on spiders, I think, next week. But Jeanette McLeod can't sleep. She's in Melbourne and is watching.
Oh, hello, Jeanette.
Can't sleep. She can't sleep. We're going to yell at her like that. Go on. And hi from Diana. We'll be over when we're allowed. Diana Maxwell from wherever she is from.
Yeah.
So that's so CalMac. Well, here we go again. You know,
There's
going
no
back
definite
to-
answer. We all
it's
seem
going
to
back
be.
to
We're waiting to hear if we can
pre-COVID.
come up with something better.
pre-COVID problems where all our complaints went towards CalMac, and here we go again. But there is that. That was on the BBC News. That's the headline that they had on Tuesday, I think it was. So we'll just have to see. Let's just keep the debate going. It'd be interesting to hear your views about that. What else have you got that's semi-serious? Because I've got a bunch of nonsense written down here.
Davies finished his walk
yeah.
around the island with the barrel. I think he was really pleased to finish. What an incredible task!
This is
And
Big
but
Davy.
you can still, I think you can still put money in. You can still donate.
Yeah,
money if you
I'd
want.
imagine.
It's not-
I'd imagine so.
that's not closed.
Dave has been walking around the coast of Arran for the last 2-3 weeks, was it?
Nearly 3, I think.
Yep. So-
And he deserves every
With a
penny
barrel.
of donation. He's earned that. He's definitely earned that. And Fraser for taking all the photographs. So yeah, I was quite relieved to see him finish. It was watching all the photographs go up. I thought he's going to put his back out. It just looked so.
He was. I think he was suffering with calf injury at one point, so he had
Yeah.
a bit of an issue there.
And there wasn't anything in between. It was baking heat, or the weather was horrific. It was really windy and wet. So yeah.
Sorry, I'm just putting another photo up that I forgot to do. This was it's just nonsense. But anyway, you're going to get to see it anyway. We need a bit of nonsense after talking about Carmack. Well done, Big Davy from Wilma Stark. And Helena Cook, cautiously getting our hopes up. Yeah, I think everyone feels a bit like that at the moment. Something's got to happen fairly quickly. Linda's written quite a bit in the banner, or the banner of interviewed Linda and the Ochrani are obviously our biggest tourism facility. So we shall see. I don't think the castle are opening up at all, are they, for several hundred years now?
Well, I read somewhere, whether it's true or not, that it's going to be 2022. They're not going to open even next year.
Yeah, I know.
But I might be wrong in that.
No, I saw that
there's
as
so
well.
many misinformation things going about. It's difficult sometimes.
Lots of fake news. And Arran's going to get its first dedicated COVID-19 test centre. So I like Greg Hamill's quote. There is a slightly different approach to this on Arran. There's a different approach to everything on Arran.
It kind of makes me wonder, they're going to do the test different? Or?
Yeah, I'm sure it goes into detail. That's in the banner. There's quite a bit in the banner. There's a new 18-home building plot going ahead beyond Montrose House on Glencloy Road, opposite the Ochrani Spa. So that's
Is this social housing?
all happening. It's Charles Ford, so I would suggest not.
Oh, right.
But I haven't seen Chuck for a while, so I'll ask him. But no. And there's an article in here about home learning at the Arran High School and how they're doing that and how well the kids are doing that. Carter, where are you? On your Xbox all the time. It's been quite. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They've always got homework to do. They should be out there doing stuff. But anyway. He's now asking how we are. He's obviously with some friends. How are you, Dad and Heather?
Oh.
He's lurking. I can, the thing with your kids, kind of roughly where they are. And I can feel him lurking somewhere.
Carter, I've had people asking me about the pulpuri because they really like it. So
the pine cones, yeah. Well, we're trying to get it out there a bit. Just excuse this last bit. I found this really funny, and two of my friends on Facebook liked it, and they didn't get the thing. I was watching TV last night. Look, I mean, is that not funny? The first and second item on that TV report from the Paramount Network last night. The bridge on the River Kwai blown away. I thought that was hilarious. Oh shit! I'm running out of. I think we've run out of. Are we back? Someone tell us if we're long or not. Did I actually say that online just now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a stop broadcasting thing, so hopefully we're okay. Can someone just pop on and say if we're still broadcasting okay? We've actually hooked up to the proper router this time. Heather was right. I did something wrong last week, so. Yeah, I just found that rather funny.
I saw an interesting thing. I don't know if anyone would interest anyone else. E-bikes. I mean, lots of people they're all over the place now. It's a great idea. I think it's a super idea. But they're really expensive to buy, and I know you can hire them through EcoSavvy, and probably EcoSavvy have much more information than I do here. But energySavingsTrust.org.uk are offering interest-free loans if you want to buy one. So that's always something to consider if you're really enjoying an e-bike and you want to buy one, because they are expensive.
We've lost the camera, that's what we've lost, so excuse us for why we've lost one of the cameras, our only other camera, so we'll have to do it like this, I'm afraid. Whoops.
Oh wow.
I know, it's a bit big. You just get nothing but my t-shirt in.
That's alright. That's alright.
I don't know why, but we've lost a camera, so I'll tell you what we'll do.
Do you want me to go and check it?
No, it's fine. Well, I'll go and check it. You can keep talking. It's my camera.
Okay.
It's my phone. Just give us a sec. I'll put you back to the static image while you're listening.
The other thing, you were talking earlier about going round all the different pubs when you were younger. I think our family quest at the moment, is to try out all the different takeaways. So on Friday we tried Felicity's takeaway, Felicity's in Whiting Bay, and I have to say gold star to them. It was superb, absolutely superb. So that's definitely got a 10 out of 10 from the MacLeod family. It's quite exciting. Have you been trying out different takeaways? Because there's quite a few new ones now doing takeaway.
I just cook at home. I'm not even sure whether we're broadcasting at the moment. Do you know that? Because we've got a frozen screen here, and yet it's live on the doodle. But I don't know. Somebody can just say whether they're still getting us or not, because we can't. Oh, well, you can check on.
I'm going to see if I can get it on my phone.
Yes. Excuse us for a second.
You said there were going to be no glitches today.
I did say there was going to be no glitches today.
Well, this is behind. We're behind, but there we go. It's sort of on.
Right, okay, thank you. I've just disconnected the camera, so just give me 2 seconds while we reconnect the camera and we'll see how that works. We might be off, I don't know.
No?
Just a second, if you can hear us still, just hang in there. We're just waiting for another camera to come online.
I don't know what I'm watching now in this.
We're gonna cut off.